A sudden surprise can be tough to deal with, regardless of how ready you might feel to face it. Martin Boyce can certainly relate to that, as his fiancé woke up in a panic in the early hours of the morning in February. However, within a few moments, he realized that he needed to grab his camera. A resident of Leicester, England, Martin is a part-time photographer who runs his own website called Photies. He first established the site back in 2004 before setting up a Facebook page a few years later. Since then, the social media page has earned over 3,000 followers and close to 3,500 likes. As the business started to grow, Martin met his future fiancée, Holly Dawson, who works as a scientist for Britain's Ministry of Defense. Prior to their engagement, she became his second shooter at a number of different events. Holly had in fact spent time on the other side of the lens as well, having once been a model. In 2014, though, their lives changed forever. While on vacation in Kaikoura, New Zealand, Martin and Holly got engaged. Indeed, the proposal came after the pair had been swimming with dolphins. Then, the following year, Holly announced that she was pregnant with a baby girl. With that in mind, the couple started to plan out the birth, coming up with an interesting idea. As it turns out, the pair had decided that they wanted to film the birth. Martin had even prepared by packaging his gear into his car for the hospital trip. However, as they soon found out, the best-laid plans don't always come off that smoothly. Indeed, in the early hours of February 7th, Holly felt the sudden urge to wake up her partner. "Holly woke me up at 3:30 a.m. on Sunday morning," Martin recalled to the Daily Mail newspaper. "She quite calmly said, 'I think it started.' But we thought we had ages and ages to wait. We started going through the motions, packing the car, getting ready for the hospital, phoning parents and midwives. However, as they quite quickly discovered, time wasn't on their side. I got all my camera stuff ready to take to the hospital, but as I came down the stairs, Holly was starting to call out in pain and panic," Martin continued. "It was coming on much quicker than we'd imagined. Holly set herself in the middle of the living room, and the penny started to drop, that the baby was coming out now," Martin added. Thinking on his feet, he grabbed his camera and placed it on a desk, capturing Holly as she went into labor. The surprises didn't end there, though. Martin's mother, Polly, arrived at the house to help them out, speaking to the midwives over the phone. However, despite their reassurances, the mom-to-be came to an incredible realization. "They told us the midwives were on their way, but it got to the point where Holly said, 'I think I need to push,'" he recalled. "I looked down the business end and saw the baby crowning, and I realized I'd have to step up and deliver her," Martin continued. "I thought my role would be just hand-holding, but something changed in my brain and instinct just takes over." Indeed, as captured on his camera, he quickly sprang into action. With Holly leaning forward, Martin moves behind her and waits for the final push, ready to greet their baby daughter. A few moments later, he delivers this little girl, much to his shock. "Oh, a baby!" he shouts. "Oh my God, oh my God!" However, the next few seconds proved somewhat worrisome. For about 10 seconds, she didn't make any noise, Martin told Britain's Daily Mail. But we put her on Holly's chest for some skin-to-skin contact, and then she let out a little cry, and we all let out a huge emotional sigh of relief. With no backup, you're completely on your own, so it was amazing to hear her let out that little noise and know she was okay. Baby Isabel was delivered at 4:32 a.m., with the midwives arriving at the house soon after. Weighing just less than 8 pounds, she was taken to the hospital along with Holly as a precaution. But thankfully, they were both given a clean bill of health. As for Martin, he reflected on the key role he played following the birth. "At the time, I was terrified, but now we have a fantastic story to tell Isabel when she grows up. And I'm proud I was able to be so involved," Martin said. "I was actually more scared when I was just holding Holly's hand. When I knew I had to deliver the baby, I was focused and concentrated on the job at hand." Meanwhile, Holly also looked back on that memorable morning, happy that Martin was able to capture the birth on camera. "I can't remember him setting up the camera, as I think I was just concentrating on my job at that moment," she told the Daily Mail. "I managed to watch the footage back on the same day, and I was so happy he was able to capture such a magical moment," Holly continued. It also showed how brilliant Martin had been and how he really stepped up to the mark and stayed calm. We had already agreed to film the birth, so I wasn't too fussed when I spotted Martin packing his camera bag while I was packing for the hospital, Holly added. I'm just delighted we have it all on film. I was excited to watch back such a special moment. Following Isabel's birth, Martin and Holly's lives changed significantly, with the pair eventually getting married. Not only that, but in March 2018, the former's business took another important step. Indeed, after putting in a lot of hard work, Martin converted his garage into a new photography studio for photos. As for that incredible footage, the proud parents revealed that they might screen it for their daughter one day. We'd always wanted to film the birth, Martin told the Daily Mail. It'll be a great way to tell Isabel when she's older and be able to show it to her. The final few days of pregnancy can be an incredibly anxious period for parents to be. However, for Martin Boyce, his role as the supportive partner took a dramatic shift when his fiancé went into labor in their living room. Ultimately, though, it made the birth of their daughter even more memorable.